Welcome friends, and here is where it all comes together. What we're going to do is we're going to create a start to finish bot using my website, which is Board Game Voice Creator, link in the description, AWS Management Console, link in the description, and developer services at Amazon, link in the description. So let's create one for Battle of Britain. Now, I'm going to do an exact copy and paste from this rulebook, and you need to get permission to do that from the designer and most likely the distributor. Anyone that owns the copyright to this, you need to get permission to do a direct copy paste. But you can summarize. If you want to summarize, I don't think they'd mind. Just summarize. I would get permission anyway. So the format for the template is rule name with an exclamation mark, things to listen for, and then the actual rule that Alexa will read out, started by a equal sign. So we only have two things here. We got a bang. Rule name is all one word. Things to listen for, we can have 2 to 1,000, doesn't matter. And then equal sign, the rule that we'll read out. So let's grab some rules. Damage markers. So I need to make a rule name for this. We'll say it is damage marker. It sounds logical, doesn't it? Exclamation point, damage marker. Now you need to remove the space. I'll remove the space for you if you don't, but for the most part you need to remove the space. That's going to be what's in Alexa when you start looking at your probably 100 rules. So now let's get the rule. Copy. Again, get permission. And equal sign, paste, and remove all these spaces. That's kind of ridiculous. Okay, now what to listen for? What would be something people would say to where you'd want them to go to this rule? So you're sitting with your buddy, and he asks a question, and now you want to go to this rule and read it to him. What did he ask you to make that? I'm going to say damage marker. So that's going to be what to listen for, is the word damage marker. If you say that anytime, anywhere, in any context, I'm going to read you this rule. Okay. Seems simple enough, because this is a very specific type thing. Let's do target priority markers. So again, let's make a bang and do target, remove the space, target priority markers. And that's going to appear in Alexa when we have all our rules. So now I'm going to do the whole thing. It's like whatever. What you don't want to do is have a rule that's too big. So now I'm going to say target priority marker. So Alexa has AI built into it so that she will route you here. So if you say target marker priority, it'll probably still route here because it uses artificial intelligence to get you here. Let's do one more rule. Clock marker. No, victory point marker. That'd be great. So let's do victory point marker. One more rule. Sorry if this is taking forever. Victory point marker. Take out my spaces, put some capitals. And let's say if you ask me victory point marker, I'm going to give you this rule. Here we go. I'm going to not going to do the whole thing. Yeah. Let's do the whole thing, but let's delete in German favor. So equal sign, and I'm going to read you a lot of it. But I want to reduce this. I want to reduce the amount of stuff like this. Like that. Victory point. One side is sign, minus sign indicated less than 0. On the other side, a plus, and make this all one line. Okay, so we got one line, so these all need to be on one line. So we're good. So here we go. What to... So we're good. We have 3 rules. Now make sure that it doesn't word wrap. You want it all in one line. like this. So victory point marker, victory point marker, victory point marker. It tells you about it. All right. So now let's go grab all of this and paste it into my site right here. And then click the generate skills and lambda code. And that gives you your bot code. There's your skills and there's your lambda. So now let's go create our stuff. We have two sites, Amazon Developer Services, and then we have AWS Management Console. Links in the description to everything. You want to click on Alexa, and over here you want to search for Lambda, Lambda. That's going to get you to the Lambda console. Then you want to click Create a Function. All right. Now you want to do from scratch. This is named Royal Air Force. Let's call this Royal Air Force, if I can spell. Node.js. You want the highest version of Node.js. If it's above 8, that's okay. If it's 9, if it's 10, that's okay. Choose an existing role. You want Lambda Basic Execution. Node.js, highest version they have. Your name. Choose an existing role, Lambda Basic Execution, and Create Function. It says congratulations. All right, now you want to click Alexa Skills Kit. And that will add it obviously here. So here's the function you just made. Alexa Skills Kit on the left. Amazon CloudWatch logs on the right. All right, now skill ID verification. What kind of security do you want for your function? Do you want the whole world calling it? Or do you want just certain people? I just want certain people, so I'm going to leave it enabled. Now we're going to get this in a minute from somewhere else. So for now, let's go back to the skills. So this is your back end, and this is your front end. So you want to create an Alexa skill, start a skill, and now you have your skills. So click Create, and you want Custom. My skill name is going to be Royal Air Force, because we're doing Royal Air Force. Create skill. Start from scratch, because we're just going to paste. We're not going to write any code. Don't worry. All right. So now you want to go here to JSON Editor, and that'll give you this. Now select everything and clean it out. Completely gut it. It's blank. Now let's go to my site, and it generated some code for you. So on the left here in this JSON editor, right here it says this is your code for skills. You want to grab that whole thing and paste it in here and save. And that'll save everything. So these skills, this Royal Air Force skill stuff that we just did, you'll see it added it right here. So we have damage markers, target priority markers, and victory point markers. All right? So we are golden. Now what you want to do is make your invocation. And that's, oops, save model. That might help. And build model. Okay. So now you want to go over here to your invocation. And that's basically what are people going to say in order to start your skill up. So clear out, enter your invocation term here. We're going to say Royal Air Force. Oops. Amazon is very picky about case and letters and punctuation. So we're going to say Royal Air Force will activate. So when I say Alexa, it'll say hello. I'll say ask Royal Air Force, and it'll crank up my app. That's what it's going to do. All right. So now you want to go to endpoint and do AWS Lambda ARN. In other words, you're telling the front end here to point over here to your back end. And that's what you want to do. So we're going to click here. And the first thing you want to do is click copy to clipboard. And that'll give you your skill name, your skill ID. Where are you going to use your skill ID? Over here. You remember this? Skill ID verification. I want this skill, married, to this skill. So we're going to do a ceremony of marriage by pasting in that skill here over to here, and then click add, and that'll set up our security. So it's telling it that I want this skill married to that one. All right. So at this point, you want to click save. So then it saves it. Now you click Royal Air Force. That's the thing that we have up here. Okay. I'll scroll down a little bit. All right. Now there's already code here. We're not going to use it. Ignore it. Somebody asked in a forums, but what do you do with this code? You don't do anything. It's going to be deleted in a minute. We're going to completely nuke it. I want you to go here, code entry type, upload a zip file. And you're going to get the zip file from my site. You see where it says download modules for upgrading to upgrading node modules to 2.0. So what does that mean? That means that, go back to the code. That means that right here there are no node modules. In other words, the libraries that you need for doing basic stuff with Alexa is not here. We need to add them. And the way we're going to add them is we're going to upload a sample project that Amazon already had for us. And all we're going to do is just replace that code with ours. So we're going to get code that somebody else wrote. We're going to get their libraries and put them in here. Okay? So you're going to go here and click this. And that'll upload this package, which is a zip file. And we're going to upload that into here. So I want you to click upload a zip file, upload, and then you want to do upload this package. Click open, and click save. All right, now that's loading. All right, now I want you to notice on the left, you see node modules. Now you have your libraries that you need to make Alexa talk. You have the Ask SDK, Ask SDK Core. You have the DynamoDB, the database stuff. You have the Ask SDK model. You have the I-18 and SprintF. You have everything that you need right now for the node modules to make this work. So obviously, paste your code here. You need to delete that. And you remember where we get our code. We got it from this right here. So this, your JavaScript code for Lambda functions. Select all of this, copy, come back over here and paste, and hit save. And that will save all the code that I just generated. So you'll see your victory point marker, your target priority marker, and your damage markers are all here. And if you scroll up, you'll see all of this stuff that we typed is right here. You see this? Damage markers are placed on the map, etc., etc., etc. All that text is right here. And right here and right here. So we're good. Okay, so now we need to connect the back end to the front end. You remember I said it was a marriage? So the bride over here already said I do. We got to get the groom to say I do. And how we do that is we're going to copy this string up here, this ARN. You're going to get this whole string and copy it. And you're going to come over here and paste it in. Right here where it says default region. And again, this is the endpoint page. Now click Save Endpoints. And that will marry, now the groom said I do, and the bride said I do, because you have the skill married to your function, and you have the function married to your skill. All right, now we are officially golden. So let's go back over here and look at target priority markers. So what my code did was it told Alexa to listen for target priority marker, victory point marker, and damage marker. Okay? So let's click save and build one more time. And that's going to build everything and get it ready for us. And then we will test. So before we test, I can't stress enough, you need one thing per line. If the line is huge, long, like this one is, that's okay. If you do this, it will break. So don't do that. Do one line, even if the line is huge, one line. This is the name. Let's map this real quick, real quick. Victory point marker, you remember this thing before the exclamation point? That maps to here. You see target priority markers? That maps to here. So it's critical that you put something meaningful in here after your exclamation point. It's critical because it's going to be in a list of 100 different things. And you want to make sure that you can find target priority markers. Because if you name this howdy howdy, then you're never going to be able to find the target priority marker. So don't do that. Don't name it howdy howdy. Okay, the second line is damage marker. What is a damage marker? How do markers work? Basically anything. Hello, are you there? Basically, these are anything that will route Alexa to this answer right here. What are they going to say? If they say any of this, they're going to hear that. Does that make sense? So you may want to be really specific if there's multiple damage marker sections. So let's test. One per line. So let's test. You want to click test. And then you want to enable this. It looks like this. It's grayed out. You click that. Royal Air Force.
Welcome. Say cancel to exit this application.
What is a damage marker?
Damage markers are placed on the map to indicate bomb damage to radar net, airfield, and headquarters targets. 11.3.
What about a target priority marker?
5 target priority markers, radar, ports, cities, industry, and airfields, are placed on the German target priority track to indicate the relative priority German High Command places on rating these target types.
What about a victory point marker?
The victory point marker is placed on the victory point track
And there you
to
go.
indicate the current victory point total. On one side is a minus sign indicating a victory point total less than 0. On the other side, a plus sign indicates a victory point total of 0 or greater.
Okay, so let's abuse this. Victory points.
The victory point marker is placed on the victory point track to indicate the current victory point total. On one side is a minus sign indicating
Point
a
marker.
victory point.
Point marker?
The victory point marker is placed on the
Victory marker.
Point track to the victory point marker is placed
I
on
found
the
a victory
point track to
marker
indicate the
point.
current The victory point marker is placed on the victory point track to indicate the current
Hey
victory
Bubba,
point
pass
total.
me a victory
On one
point
side is a
marker.
minus- The victory point marker is placed on the victory point track to indicate the current
What about a
victory point
damage
total.
marker?
Damage markers are placed on the map to indicate bomb damage to radar net, airfield, and headquarters targets. 11.3.